Hi my good people, how are you all doing? Welcome to my today's vlog. Today is gonna be a different vlog, unusual from the one that you guys are used to. So you wanna know what we are up to with our beautiful lady over here? Stay tuned till the end of the video. If you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and also make sure that you give the video a thumbs up so that it can reach to as many people as possible. And you can always share, okay, and also leave a comment of what you guys think about today's video. So we are with our friend over here, so probably she might want to introduce herself.
This is Preskila Ondiek. Thank you so much for having me here today. Yes, today we are going to have a very lengthy conversation that it will help each and every one of you, and I want you to stay tuned and keep on watching.
As you guys have heard, it's gonna be a long conversation and an interesting one, so stay tuned till the end of the video. Today we are gonna talk about autism.
Yes.
So we kind of went ahead and googled it.
Yes.
Yes, so probably she's gonna tell us the meaning of autism.
I know that is the first question when you hear that term autism. Even me, the first time I was told that my son is autistic, I was like, what is that? Because I never came across it in school, even when chatting with my friends or my fellow parents. So it was my first time actually hearing that word, and I googled, like what I'm doing right now. Yes, as you can see. Yes. So please stay tuned as we are going to discuss more about autism and being an autism parent, what I had to undergo through raising a special needs child.
Yeah. So the first question that we might be asking ourselves, so when did you come to realize that your son was autistic?
I remember when he was 2 years old, I was invited by a friend to, it was a showcase that was there in town. I think it was something to do with kids competition, but when you get there, you get the medical, you are being checked medically for free. So I took my baby there, and by the help of my sister, who was she was the one who was referred to by a friend, and so she told me about the competition. So when we went there, my son was used to, he loves colors. So anything that is colorful, you'll just run to that space. So when we were there on the first desk, he noticed those blocks, those building blocks. They were so colorful with different colors, and he went there, and then the lady was like, just let the baby be. I went around. I was holding my smallest boy, who was barely 1 month old. So I remember when I reached to that desk, they were like, is this your son? Because, you know, I look young, I look sweet 16. So you can imagine years back, like 5 years back. I looked more younger than this. So they were like, is this your son? I told them, yes, this is my son. Wow, you have such a lovely son. And I was like, thank you so much. He's cute, I know. And then he told me, is he always like this? I was like what? The behavior is kind of hyper. He does not maintain eye contact. There's something different with him. And I was like, he's like that. That's how the dad is. Because to me, I was like, that's how the dad is. Is he talking? I was like, no. His speech is a little bit delayed. And she was like, okay. Now we've been observing this boy, and he's autistic. I was like, what, autistic? What is autistic? Like autism. I was like, what is autism? I went, took my phone, my data on, I googled autism. In fact, I didn't even get the spelling well because it was my first time getting to know what autism, even hearing that term. So I googled, and I was like, what is this? I remember that day I stormed out of there. We didn't even get into the competition. I was with my younger sister, and I was carrying my little one. He was only 1 month old. I was walking, and I met a friend. He was like, hi Press. I was like, hi, but I was crying. She was like, what's wrong? I couldn't even talk. I couldn't even explain myself. I went back home, And then when I called the dad, he decided to book an appointment for assessment. That he went to Joyland Special here in Kisumu. He booked for the assessment, and we were called, and I took the boy for the review. We went there, and in like, was it a week, we were called back to take the result, and he had mild autism. So from there, my world crashed. I was like, what? You can imagine, I'm a young mother, trying to make ends meet, and then I realized my child is autistic and is my first child. I was like, what is this? And I was like, am I cursed? I was asking God a lot of questions. Now I started Googling. I made Google my best friend, because no one could even understand the kind of emotional breakdown I was having at that particular moment. I Googled, and to my surprise, everything that was written down there, the behavioral, the repeating of sounds, he had all the things that they were noted down there on the Google. So I started my journey to trying to accept that I'm having a child who is autistic. And I was like, will he ever talk? Will he ever be this hyper? Will he just be like this, isolating himself from other kids? Because when you even put him out there to play, he doesn't even mingle with other children. He keeps things for himself, and he will isolate himself. Even if you try to mix him with other kids, he will step out and just play by himself. And he will have repetitive sounds, he will be doing things repetitively, and he will be so hyper, and when he's pissed off, he will knock his head. He has a dent here. He knocked his head, and he had to go and get sewed. So you can imagine, it was so hard. It was so hard, and by that time, I felt like my world is crumbling down. I was jobless. And I was getting to know that the severe ones, they had the medications. So I got so much isolated even from where I was staying, because they were saying that I've sacrificed my child, because it's called Damon. Damon means demon. I lost a lot of friends, and I was just all alone. I remember this particular moment, I was calling my mom, telling her, Mom, I'm so tired. Like, I'm just going to that road, Nikwe crashed, so that I just die. Like, I didn't even have anyone who I could just sit them down so that they could get to understand what I was going through. I was looking at that child. I was seeing a bright future in him. And I was asking God, why him? And why me? So I know how hard it is raising an autistic child or any special need child. And I'm here to just encourage you. You are not alone. The reason why God gave you that child, it is because God knew the capability. God knew the power that you have to sustain or to have that child and bring him up or her up to become someone who is better. And I remember I took him to school when he was only 2 years old, because I got help from Winam Child Without Limit. It is an organization here in Kisumu. I remember when I was depressed, they also came in handy. I went through a lot of counselings so that I could just accept that my son is autistic, and they really helped me. And I remember they wrote a letter so that the child gets admitted to school. I remember I walked into several schools here in Kisumu. I don't want to mention the schools, and I got rejected because he is autistic. So you can imagine that rejection. That is what a lot of parents are facing, the rejection. That's why a lot of parents are giving up on their children, because they don't get the emotional support that they need. So I remember I got rejected with a lot of schools until there was this school nearby where we used to stay. I went to that mama because he used to see me when I was pregnant, and when the school was being opened, I saw everything, the way they were starting up. So I went to her, where he's still schooling till date. It is JPC Junior School here in Nyamasaria. And I explained to her, and he looked at me, and she shed a tear. And she told me, we are both parents. I have never handled a special need child, but I will give it a try. That is how we enrolled Damon when he was only 2 years old. And he got enrolled, and he was hyper. I remember I was even buying sugar for the class teacher. so that she doesn't give up on my son, because I know the work was so much. He will even go to the kitchen, and everything, all the food, all the things were on the floor, the books, the colors, and he didn't even like sound. When they were saying A, B, C, D, was like. And when they go to playing ground, and then they were shouting, he was like, he didn't like noise. Even in the house, when you put on volume, he will do like this, and he will just scream, and he was afraid of dark. So to summarize everything, today I just want to encourage you. It has been a long journey, and my friend here, Naomi, has seen it all. She has been with me, and she's always wondering, how do you usually do it? It's God, oh, it's God, oh. It is not easy. It is God. And now Damon is in grade 4. He's doing good. He's very sharp, and he talks a little bit, and we've managed to through schooling, he has really managed to adjust in some things, but he's a sharp boy, and we've been giving him all the support and all the love that he needs. So today I just want to encourage you. I know it's hard, Mama. I know it's hard, Baba, but God gave you that mantle. Don't leave it. That girl, that boy will be someone who will be greater in future. So I just want to tell you, let's join hands, and I am pleading with even the government, if they can just go to those interior places, because funny enough, you see these kids who are on the streets, they are not mad. Some of them are autistic, but you see, they mistake it to being mad, because they don't even understand what autism is. So when we get the knowledge, when we be educated more and understand more, we will help our kids, because we have young girls there, they are being raped. In the name of that, they are mad. We are not mad. They are not mad. Most of them are autistic. And I just want us to hold hands and join hands. And this February we'll be celebrating World Autism Day, and Naomi will be there with me. And I know Naomi will capture a lot of testimonies, a lot of coverage, the challenges, so that your viewers, they will get to understand a lot of challenges that we always go through. So that's all for today, and I want you to stay tuned, because we will be having part B of this conversation.
So before we even continue, for me, I didn't really get to even know that your son was autistic, because to be honest, when you look at him, he doesn't look like one.
Yes.
He doesn't look like one, and he talks in English.
Yes.
So
yes,
maybe
he's very sharp. He's very sharp. He's a very genius and sharp boy. Even he keeps on amazing us. Even though he gained this speech when he was 4 years old.
Oh.
Yes. So he started with Mama.
Mama.
But I noticed he will talk when he wants to talk. When he was 4. So at times we'll even talk to him, and you'll just ignore, like assume like you don't even exist. You'll talk to him, and he'll just choose to assume you. But you can see how bright he is.
He's very bright,
and he talks fluent English. You'd even think he's the one who is teaching me. So it has been a journey, a milestone journey, and what I can just urge you, acceptance. When you accept is when you will help the child, but when you don't accept, there is no way you can help a child when you don't accept. So acceptance first, then you get to understand your child's needs, then you get to understand how to tackle it. So we have mild autism, and we also have severe autism. So for Damon, it is mild. That's why it is not noticeable. It's very hard, unless you've studied human behavior. You'll get to sit down with him, and then you'll notice 1 to 3 things. But he has mild autism, and every day we celebrate him.
Yes.
Because through him, that's why I even opened the Little Sevens daycare. He gave me have a lot of passion to help kids. And you can imagine daycare, we take care of the young ones. They are so vulnerable. They don't even know how to stand up for themselves. So Damon gave me that courage to even stand up for myself. Because I remember there was a time a friend of mine brought pastor in my home to pray for my son because he's possessed. You cannot even come to me and ask me what's wrong with your son, so that I get to explain. I remember even my child, the neighbors used to say, don't go play at kina Damon's home. Wako na mashetani, they have demons. You see, that's why they've started their first child Damon. Wameshika nayo mali. I was like, I'm not even rich, I'm struggling. Where is the richness, or the riches? So the main reason why we go into depression, it is rejection and society not accepting these children. So I have really faced a lot of rejection. And I remember there was this one particular time I went for a job interview. I don't want to mention the company. Then they were like, what have you ever done? Have you ever done or participated anything to give back to society? And I remember I've been participating a lot in advocating for autism, because I'm an autistic parent with an autistic child. And I mentioned that, and they were like, so you mean you have a child who is abnormal? I was like, abnormal? No, he's not abnormal. He's autistic, but not abnormal. And you know, I did not get that job because they said I cannot perform while having an autistic child, or while having a child who has disability. But I've been doing okay. I've been doing all my errands. So it is just human being assumptions. Someone just concludes that you cannot do this because you have this. You cannot do this. You cannot deliver at your job because you have a child who is autistic. And I remember a friend of mine who shared that job application so that I applied. She was the one who called me. Like, you know, Priscilla, you really performed well, but the reason why you were rejected is because you have a son who is autistic. I was like, so that is the reason why I was not given the job. But you see, we also need money to take care of these kids. Some of them are on diet. Like Damon has been on diet for a very long period of time, and their diet is so expensive. We need that money to buy them food.
He doesn't get to eat the
sugary stuffs. No, we only spoil him once. Because even right now, when he takes a lot of sugar, you know, when you take sweets,
you become hyper.
Yeah, hyper.
And already is hyper.
Yes,
so when you
hyper.
give him
so you can
sweet,
imagine,
he will become extra
hyper, and he will even harm or hurt himself. So we minimize. We spoil him once in a while, but a little. Yes, so you can imagine, we also need jobs. We need to take good care of these kids. They need us parents, and they need us when our mental health is at peace, when we have our mental health is stable. But we cannot do this without you people. We cannot do this without your help. We cannot do this without your input. Please, if you have a friend who has a special needs child, just go give them a hug. It is not easy. It is not easy. Changing the pattern for autistic kids, it is not easy. Like my son used to sleep at 4 a.m. He's up all night. And at that time, I had a baby that was, it was 1 month. And you can imagine having a child who is young, and I'm a CS mother, moving around, trying to doing 1 to 3. It was so hectic and it was so hard. So I'm just urging you, let's support each other. Let's join hands together, and let's try help all the moms out there who their kids are autistic, or they're having any different kind of disability. We need prayers, we need joining hands, we need your support and your help and the word of encouragement. If you have a friend who has a child who is disabled, go give them a hug. They deserve it.
That was a touching moment. I don't know if you guys felt it. For me, I felt like I needed a basin for me to just cry, because it's hard.
It is.
I can imagine. I can put myself in your shoes.
Yes.
And just imagine whatever you were going through.
Yes.
Just raising a normal kid is just another thing. Now, what about a kid who is not like?
You can imagine.
It's hard. And then the thing that I came to realize in Kenya, like you said, is that people confuse autism with madness.
Yes,
when they see that your kid is not normal, is just having weird characters, they take your kid as being mentally unstable. Yes, and it's just something that we as Kenyans, I believe, I don't know about your countries, but I'm talking about my country. We should be working on that, and also the interior places where people don't really know about autism and everything like that. So it's something that, we should keep on creating awareness, and it will really get to help so many mothers outside here. And being a mom on its own, it's not easy, and I just wanna thank God for all the mothers who are out here, for the good job that you're always doing for your babies. It truly means a lot. God is always going to bless you abundantly. And it was just an exciting moment for me to come here and have a conversation with Press. She's such a darling, and God has kept her strong to be able to go through all that she went through, going through rejection in every corners. You go this side, you're rejected, you go this side, you're rejected, and you're like, why me, we all get to have our own things that we go through, but we just don't say them. And it's not even easy for someone to come out and say my son is autistic.
Yes,
and
it is not.
Yeah, it's not. But for you to just come out and create awareness, it's something which is good. And super women,
Because you cannot compare the power of a woman. You can never compare. Women who endure pain.
Yes.
We were built for it. And we know how to handle it. There is power that God gave us. That God can never give any other, let's say, man. That's why you see, when a woman kneels down and prays to God, God will always open doors for that woman. Yes. So women, we are just blessed. We are capable of achieving all. We are capable of doing a lot. And we really thank God for giving us all that capability and the strength. We are strong, we are very strong. Now here in Kisumu, we have a group of women whereby we created a WhatsApp group that is called Autism Warriors Kisumu, and we always do have monthly meetings. We choose even an hotel, we go there to reconnect and to think of the objectives of the group. And now in this group, we have policies that govern us. We always share our views, and we take these views to the Department of Disability. The office is here in Kisumu. And I want to invite Naomi one of these fine days when we will be holding the meeting, so that you get to understand what we basically discuss and what we do.
If you're in Kisumu and maybe you've never known about any information concerning autism, and maybe you've been wanting to also join the group, you've been also wanting some moral support, because I believe in that group, you guys, you give your views, you give support, emotional support, when a parent says whatever that they are passing through, and then they get to hear another parent's view, there's that consolation that is always there. So probably if you're in Kisumu and you'd want to, is the group open for people to join?
Yes, Mama? It is open for people the autistic parents. That is for autistic parents.
Yeah, so we are just talking about autistic parents. Maybe you are in Kisumu and you've been wanting to really find this group. Just let me know in the comment section, and I'll connect you to Press. And
yes, and if you feel that your child is autistic, you can as well visit any hospital facility that is around you. They usually do assessment at a very cheaper fee. In Kisumu, we do it at 200 bob shillings. At District and also at Russia, even in Ahero, they also do that. So if you feel, or if you've Googled and you've noticed that your kid has a characteristic of a child who is autistic, please don't hesitate. Kujua mapema is good. You can visit the hospital, any hospital facility for the assessment, so that you get to know.
And by the way, Press has a YouTube channel.
Press to the world. Please subscribe and share, like, and leave a comment. Thank you.
Yes, and as you guys heard, she has a daycare, the one that I advertised the other day. Little Sevens daycare, and you can always bring your child she's a good lady. She'll take care of your baby so well, and there's a reason to why she decided to start the daycare. I don't know if you can
Yes.
share with us
Yes.
reasons to why you decided to come up with the daycare.
Now, I've been having passion in children, although I studied human resource management, but I've been having a lot of interest in kids. And when I realized that my son is autistic, and it really built it up a lot more. And I decided the same way I want someone to take care of my autistic child, it is the same way I would want to take care of any other child, not even being disabled, but even any other child. So the reason why I came with this Little Servants daycare, so that I can extend my form of gratitude to parents out there. I know it's not easy even raising a child. It is not easy because you have a lot of things going on. You have to go to work, you have to pay the bills, and you also have to cater for that child's needs, and they have to always be taken good care of. So I'm always here, and as Naomi has said, she had shared the video of how the location looks like. Please bring in your child. We are located here in Nyamasaria, opposite Regional Petrol Station, behind Omiti Lake Haven Hotel. We are here to serve you, and you'll meet this smiley face. Yes, and we are together with my sister, but she's not in today. So we are here to serve you, and we are ready to receive your kids. Yes.
So she currently started the YouTube channel, and she has one post over there.
Yes.
So you're gonna find her first ever video on YouTube. She has been wanting to start the YouTube channel, and she's always asking me, Naomi, I want to start a YouTube channel, but I'm scared. I don't know what to post. I don't know what to do. But let me tell you something.
Yes.
The way you've decided to start it, just give it all, and you're going to reach far. It's a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so please guys, let's go support her YouTube channel, subscribe and leave a comment telling her that you're from my YouTube channel. Thank you so much guys.
And
Till
be
the
blessed.
next one.
Bye.
Bye. Hi my beautiful people, welcome to my today's video. Today is gonna be an amazing video. You wanna know what we are up to? Stay tuned to the as you guys can see, as you guys have heard, as you guys have as you guys have heard, it's gonna be a long conversation, so you want to stay tuned, and it's gonna be an interesting